Hey YouTube family, welcome back to another episode of 2A in LA. Alright, before we get started, as always, I want to remind you guys that anything that I say in this video, prior videos, or future videos is just my personal opinion. You should never take it as fact, you should never take it as law. Always do your own research and come up with your own conclusions, alright? Alright, let's go. So, this is going to be a quick video today. As many of you know, I've only been into guns now a little over a year, and have been collecting guns. And part of that journey, in addition to buying firearms, has been getting more proficient at shooting them. I've taken some classes, I've taken some training, I've practiced quite a bit, you know, shot several rounds in a variety of platforms. Also a part of that is becoming a concealed carry, getting my concealed carry license. And so, you know, in California, that's very challenging. And I'll do another video on that process at some point as well, because I think a lot of people would benefit from knowing about concealed carry and how to go about the process and what needs to be done and all of that. So we'll do that in a future episode. But I bring up concealed carry because if you're going to conceal carry, you have to determine, once you're licensed and it's legal to do so, how you're going to conceal carry. What weapon you're going to use as your concealed carry weapon, obviously, but then how are you going to conceal it? Hence the conceal and conceal carry, right? And so typically people will buy some sort of holster. And so you have to decide where you want to place the holster. A lot of people will do appendix carry right up front. A lot of people will carry on the hip. Some at a little bit further in the hip, 4 o'clock, and then some people directly in back. And so where you carry is really more a function of what's comfortable for you. I think there's some trial and error that comes with that, and depending on where you decide to carry, certain holsters are kind of designed to aid in that. And so we're here today to talk about one such holster. And so I have, in the process of trying to find the right holster for me and how I like to carry, I've bought several holsters, and with limited results, I guess you could say, in terms of how comfortable the holster was. And so, as always, just like when I bought my weapons, I do my homework. I try to do research. And so I searched and tried to find a holster that would work for me. And as a result, I found the Tier 1 holster. Now, okay, now you guys know how I am. You watch my videos, you know I like to have a little bit of flair. So I'm going to let you guys take in this holster. And then I'll talk about it a little bit. Okay, now this is designed to be an appendix style holster. Okay, so it's worn inside of your belt line, and this holster carries my Smith & Wesson shield, and it's unloaded with no rounds in it, and it holds an extra magazine. The magazine has rounds, but it's not in the gun. Okay, so it gives you quite a bit of capacity. So this part of the holster, for those who don't know, is called a sidecar. Okay, and that means it's kind of like a sidecar to the primary holster that carries the weapon, and it's attached, and it contours to wrap around your body, which aids in the comfort, because there are holsters that don't have this ability. They're just a solid piece of Sidex across the whole holster and sidecar, and it's very stiff. It doesn't give, and so if it doesn't give, it can cause you discomfort, especially if you're wearing it for an extended period of time. So I wanted a holster that had additional capacity, especially in California where we're limited to the amount of rounds you can have in any magazine. And so I wanted something that would give me more capacity. I also wanted something that was appendix style, and I'll add some B-roll of how it looks when it's concealed so you guys can get a sense of where I conceal it and how I conceal it. The other thing that was pretty important to me, so just so you know, so let me say this about how the holster attaches to your body. Usually, holsters will attach to a belt, directly to your belt. They'll wrap around and attach to the belt, and that's why you need a very sturdy belt to keep the holster in place, right? Well, the problem that I have is during COVID, I'm not getting dressed up for work every day. I'm not wearing a belt a lot. A lot of times I'm wearing basketball shorts or something like that. And so I wanted to have something that would work when I wasn't wearing a gun belt. And so you'll see on the back of this, you guys can see that, there have these little clips. And what you do is you clip this to the top of your shorts or your pants, and it ratchets down. And again, I'll show some B-roll on this. And this thing sticks. It does not move. And so it's fantastic from that perspective. And this, I think I said, this is made by Tier 1. And I'll leave a link in the description down below so you guys can find it if you want to order a holster from Tier 1. So in talking about this holster, from a quality perspective, it's very well made. It's very well made. They offer a variety of designs. I kind of designed this so that it would match the red that was in my Smith & Wesson and the extended mag on the Smith & Wesson. But they have a variety of designs, variety of colors. The quality of it, like I said, the Kydex is very well made and very well put together. It's very strong. It's got good solid screws in it. And these utility clips, they're phenomenal in holding the gun in place without a gun belt. And so for those of you who have never bought a holster again, I feel like one of the things that I should be talking about is price point. Okay, Tier 1 is not cheap. So holsters can be as cheap as 20 bucks to as much as 300 bucks or more, probably. This holster was over, in its configuration that you're looking at it now, was over 200 bucks for a holster. It's a lot of money. Now, I was kind of griping about it, but when I got it, I must admit that from a quality perspective, it's worth it. I mean, it's very, very well made. There are some other holsters out there that are very good, and I'm going to do some reviews on those holsters as we go forward. But I wanted to do the Tier 1 holster because I think a lot of people out there are talking about the Tier 1 and thinking about whether it's worth the money. So I'm going to say this. For the money, and I'd say you could probably design one depending on how you wanted to do it. If you didn't want the sidecar, if you just wanted to have this portion that holds the weapon, you could, and you didn't have to get the one that I got. And again, I'll put the name, description, all that down below. You could probably get a holster from Tier 1 for as inexpensive as like maybe 100 bucks, right? And with all the bells and whistles, you can pay $250, $260. So this was not a cheap holster. But from a quality perspective, yes. Having seen other inexpensive holsters, I would say that from a quality perspective, it is definitely a step up in quality. Here's my gripe. And, you know, I don't know a lot about Tier 1, the company. Hopefully I'll get to meet them Hopefully I'd like to go to a SHOT Show next time, and I'm sure they'll be there and I'll get to meet them and talk about this. The quality is fantastic. Given the quality, I'm okay with the price. And I get that we're in the midst of a pandemic. But when you pay $200, $300 for a holster, you want your holster. Turn time on this was 6-7 weeks. I feel like that's too long. I feel like if you're paying this much money, they should do better on turn time. So I don't know, it could just be a pandemic thing, I'm sure it is. But I feel like, again, if you're paying this much money, you shouldn't have to wait that long for your holster. Now, to their credit, they say right up front that it could take 30 business days to get your holster, and they were true to word, which is really almost all you could ask for a company. But I do think that, 30 business days is really like, 45, 60 real days, right? And so I felt like I waited too long. That's my one gripe. This is my only gripe about the Tier 1 holster, is that I feel like they took way too long to get me my holster, given how much I paid for it. So that's just me, But they were very true to their word. They said it was going to be 30 business days. It was about 30 business days when I got it, so I can't complain about that. I knew what it could potentially be when I ordered it. I was just disappointed that it really did take that long. But anyway, the Tier 1 holster. Hopefully you guys got something out of this video. Again, if I'm giving the holster review for the price, the quality, the price is justified. It's very well made. It conforms to the body. It is very comfortable. You will not be disappointed. Just be ready for a pretty lengthy preparation time before you actually get your holster. This is not the holster that you order it on Monday and because you want to wear it on Saturday. That's not going to happen. Okay, so you guys just prepare yourself for that up front. But Tier 1 holster, okay? All right, 2A family, as always, it's great seeing you guys. Thank you for watching. Let me know what holsters you're rocking. Let me know what holsters that you feel the most comfortable with, and also let me know where you conceal carry. I think that conversation in the comments will be big, because I think a lot of people out there struggle with where they conceal carry, and we'll do a full episode, no doubt, at some point on how to conceal carry, where to conceal carry, is appendix carry safe, and we'll get into all that stuff at a later date. Until then, take care of one another. Peace.